Today we will be looking at the reference denture workflow using Primescan. With this workflow, we utilize both analog and digital methods of capturing both models and impressions, as well as intraoral scanning. So you'll see that in action here today. So for this particular case, we have a fully dentate lower jaw. So what we've done is we've actually placed the Tri-N in the patient's mouth, and we're using this to capture the buccal bite or the vertical dimensions. So that denture is inside the patient's mouth at this point, and we're able to capture the buccal. So here we've done the lower jaw so far, the buccal bite so far, and now we'll work on the upper jaw. Now for the upper jaw scan, what we're actually going to do is we're going to take a wash impression inside the Tri-N, and we are going to insert that into the patient's mouth, have that of course fully set, and then we're actually going to pour that up into stone. So what you're seeing here for the upper jaw scan is the actual Tri-N with the wash impression on a model itself. So we're paying close attention to detail on the tooth surface because we of course want the buccal bite to stitch properly to give us the vertical dimension. But what you're also seeing is us purposely capture the model base, which would be just after the model stone has actually set. So we're not focusing too much on the palate region. We're again paying more attention to detail to the model base, and this will make sense in just a moment when we start capturing the biocopy upper scan. But the most important piece there is to capture all of the teeth because we want that green check mark on the buccal bite scan. So now what we've done is we've added the catalog known as biocopy upper. And now what we will have done at this point is remove the upper denture fully from the model. And we will basically scan the entire model at this point. Again, paying attention to the model base because what the Primescan does require at this point is reference points. So the model base, although it's like, kind of messy and unclean, that's actually ideal. It gives more kind of points of reference for the Primescan itself to be able to then stitch the upper jaw and the biocopy upper together. So you'll see that in just a moment that it'll actually stitch together, and we'll have almost this ghost image of the actual denture. So we can see at that point that the Primescan is confidently stitched the upper jaw and the biocopy upper. What this allows us to do is actually design the denture on this model in the in-lab software. But at this point, we've been able to capture using the Primescan both intraorally and as a handheld scanner. So you can see with great ease, this video isn't sped up or anything like that. This is real time. You're seeing the Primescan scanning the model itself. So it is doing a great job of being able to capture all the necessary data. So here you can now see there's a kind of ghost image of the denture there. So we now know that the software has been able to stitch the biocopy upper with the upper jaw scan. So when we now bring this into InLab, what we will actually do is export the STL files and then re-import them, but we will switch the biocopy upper with the upper jaw in the actual software, which will give us the vertical dimensions, but also give us a reference point for where the existing denture or Tri-N sits. So it's a really nice workflow to be able to utilize the Primescan to capture obviously cases both intraorally and from a handheld perspective. And this gives you a little bit of insight of how you can capture vertical dimensions when looking at any dentulous arch. So this is certainly one way to capture it very nicely. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.